Hello and greetings, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Well, from wherever you are within the world, you're onto Augustine, of course. Everyone is familiar with Augustine. So, just for emphasis sake, for those of us that are just tuning into my broadcast for the very first time, I am Augustine and I'm one of the economic developers within our Krengo Private Society. And today, as usual, I've come to give us another broadcast. And if you're just tuning into my broadcast for the first time, I would appreciate it if you can subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet subscribed. And also click on the notification bell so that anytime I'm live, you get the notification. Okay? Now, on that said, let me quickly move into my contents because I want to, as much as possible, be concise and straight to the point. Now, the title of my broadcast for today is the orientation classes for TBC members that intend to come for Life Force, has begun. Let me say it again. The orientation classes for TBC members who wants to become members of Life Force has begun. And precisely, I'm referring to those in Nigeria because I am from Nigeria and I'm going to work with Nigerians going forward. Now, a quick intro. We've been building this life force for a while in Nigeria, and to a very good extent, we're making good progress. I must say, we're making good progress. And at this point, we are at the stage where we will get people together, and then after we've organized them together, they go for these orientation classes, and then they learn what they are supposed to learn in the orientation classes. Now, on that said, let's move slightly into TBC. Now, at this point, TBC intends, filling out every member in the community with understanding about what Life Force is. And at this point, we are doing it. You know, it's not just only in Africa, the whole world. The intent of the administration is that most or all TBCians become members of Life Force. Now, when you are a member in Life Force, it actually means you are going to be on the administrative level. There are several committees that already exist in Life Force, and those committees are to be managed by individuals. Now, permit me to say that we are going to have a kind of government on or in Life Force, and this government will comprise of different people from across the world. Of course, there are going to be people that are going to change the narrative for good. And the administration has taken time to train and teach and is still training members of this Krengo private society on how to handle the responsibilities that will be coming to us from Life Force. So many people are not willing to pay the price. That's the challenge. Everybody wants to get it on a platter of gold. The truth is, even in Freetown, there is no free lunch. So please, let's put this in proper perspective. Okay, now moving forward, we are going to talk about what it takes for you to become a member, in Life Force. Now, already, if you want to be a member in Life Force, you have to be an active member in the Krengo Private Society. Now, the truth is, there is no guarantee that, sorry, not guarantee. You can be in Life Force without necessarily being in the TBC community. That's very clear. But then we want to make sure that if you are in the TBC community, life is easier because we are a kind of agent that will prepare individuals to work with Life Force. That's what we intend doing. We are individuals, we are a kind of agent, a kind of group of people that will prepare you, that would give you the right mindset to interact with Life Force. That's what we are doing at the moment. And if you are in the TBC community, it's easier because you have group of like-minded people that intends to change the narrative for good. And as long as you are there, your influence will what? Raise your vibration. And then with that and proper orientation, you can now decide to take part in Life Force. Now, we have been having meetings, several meetings in Nigeria, and these meetings are still ongoing. We are also building by using groups, WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups, and all that, to make sure that we get the right set of people that will take part in these orientation classes. So moving forward, what are the conditions that you would require to become a member in this Kringle Private Society and also partake in Life Force? Of course, being a member in the Kringle Society is done out of free will. You are told about what you stand to gain by being in the Kringle Society, and then you decide to take part in it. And then with that, you start getting informed, educated about what's going on. And of course, as you get educated, you get to associate with Life Force. Now, if you are in the Kringle Society and you want to take part in this orientation, I think it is open for all. Everyone can take part in it. Now, the conditions that will enable you to become a member, to become a member in Life Force, to take part in the orientation, are as follows. Number one, you must have an active account within the Kringle Society. Now, if you are having an active account in the Kringle Society, that would give you a 50% pass mark. If you are not an active member in the community, then you will not be given access to orientation. You will not be given access. You wouldn't be granted access to the orientation. So you have to be an active member, and you have to be an active member ongoing. It's either you're on a yearly subscription or you are on a monthly subscription plan, whichever one that suffices, whichever one that is okay by you, whichever one you can afford. That's the first one. The second one is that you should have been able to download the food subsidy app. And then after you've downloaded that food subsidy app, you would align yourself. Now there is a place that says join us. When you click on that place that says join us, what you just do is fill in your full names there, and then fill in the email address associated to your Kringle Cash, and then you click on join. With that, the GPS will identify you, and then you are good. That's the second criteria to take part in this orientation class. Now, there are other two more criteria. The third criteria is that before you will be granted access, you have to make a screenshot. You have to make a screenshot. Now, I'm going to share my screen so that I will show you the major two things that you'll be required to present. And as soon as you've presented that, then you are good. Okay? So let me share my screen. Okay, I think my screen is now being shared. Now, coming here, if you click on this particular place here, first of all, let's come here. Under account section, your accounts. Now, this is your account. You have to make a screenshot of this, especially this particular place. You have to make a screenshot of this and send to me. Now, human beings are very wonderful, and one of the characteristics of human beings is that not the characteristics of human beings, what the system has taught human beings over time is that there is every tendency that they can play smart. So that's the reason why we would need this particular templates. Some people send us the dashboard of their Kringle Cash. No, we don't need the dashboard of the Kringle Cash. What we need is this account page. Snap and send to us. That's what we need. Now, the other thing that we would also need from you is under marketing. Under marketing, core team. Now, when you look at this core team, let it finish loading. Okay, the core team has finished loading. Now, on this core team, user payment information, we need this content from you. Let's know the type of payment you made use of. Now, this particular payment should correspond with the previous one that I showed you. Now, if it is not corresponding, error, we are not approving. Last payment date. Now, the payment of that previous one should correspond to this one, and the expiry date should also correspond. Now, as long as we have these informations, we now know that, yes, you are an active member in the Kringle Private Society. And with that, you'll be granted access to go in for the orientation class. Now, the question is, why are these conditions put forth? The simple reason is because we want to make sure that the Kringle Private Society stands firm as we interact with Life Force. Now, so many people want to eat their cake and have it. So many people want to go through the back door, and then they want to enjoy abundance, and then they will just forget everything that has to do with TBC. Nobody wants to pay any price. They want to enjoy life. They want it to come on a platter of gold. Well, I'm not in support of that kind of ideology. My ideology is pay the price, and when you pay the price, the reward will follow. Now, if you're unwilling to pay the price, then you are limiting yourself, because come to think about it, every limitation, all limitations are self-imposed. So if you are telling yourself, I can't do it, then you can't do it. You're right. But if you tell yourself, yes, I can do it, then of course you are correct. You can do it. Okay? So it's up to us to decide how we want to go about it. We are at the verge. We are very close to the point of where the fundings will come in. Now, as I'm speaking to you, the national coordinator gave me a word, and I'm going to quickly share it. Now, it's a word about the people that are currently undergoing orientation. They are learning what they are supposed to learn about the orientation, and they are all excited. So we're going to quickly look into it very briefly, and I think this is the page. Now, at this page, this was the content that was given to me by him. Now, I'll just quickly read it. Are you following the charts on the orientation class? Joy and gladness is what resonates there. I am so excited about the people you chose. Now, I did not pick anybody from the moon. I only gave simple criteria. Number one, you have to be an active member. There should be what you call, you have to have an allegiance. You must make your sincere commitment to the Kringle Private Society. Because if you never knew about Kringle Private Society, you may never have known anything about Life Force. That's the truth. Now, the national coordinator knew about Kringle Private Society and also knew about Life Force. Somehow, well, I can say that that was the part that God had planned for him. And at this point, he's masterminding Africa for Life Force. And I think that's a good one. So those of you who would watch these videos and you are not from Nigeria, you could also reach out to me so that I could guide you to interact with him. And then you guys can form an assembly and make life easier for yourself. So far, so good. We are still gathering people together, those who qualify. And like I have previously said, you must be an active member. You should have downloaded the food subsidy app. And then also you should have sent me the 2 screenshots, your account page and your core team page. If you are not in the core team page, well, we may need to negotiate to know what and how you can take part in this orientation, because we need people that will support Kringle Private Society. And if you are going to support it, then you should be very familiar with making Bitcoin bounty. If you're not able to make Bitcoin bounty, well, that means the bulk of it will be coming from you. And at some point, it becomes heavy on you. So learn to inform people about Kringle Society. Learn to tell people about Life Force. Offer them the opportunity to know about health assurance card, health assurance card. Also offer them the opportunity to know about life essentials. Make them understand that they can also get funding. There are so many ways to advertise Life Force. And then once they are interested, then bring in Kringles into the matter. And Kringles are going to be the people to guide them going forward. Okay? Now, on that said, this was a quick feedback that I gave him. I said, Lord, it's a pleasure. We'll look through soon. That I had to look through it. And it was really wonderful. So I said, please, sir, listen to this. This is a particular article that I gave him, or video. We had one-on-one talk, and I'm not supposed to play it in the public. So I said, I really appreciate it if you can be on my broadcast. I don't know if he's currently in my broadcast, but I wanted him to be in my broadcast because he told me something which I'm also that he wants to make sure that Nigeria is able to stand firmly. At this point, we are looking at having enough people that will be able to hold Nigeria to the point where when fundings come, it can be evenly distributed and that we can quickly end this madness that the elite has brought upon us. Have you seen how things are skyrocketing in prices? Virtually everything is going up and it's becoming something that is alarming, and it is now fearful. We don't know how much longer this will continue. And I can tell you that if this continues for another 1 to 2, 3 months, it's going to be literally difficult for people to make a living. Because come to think about it, most people who are on salaries, their salaries are still as it is. The businessmen are busy increasing everything, and everything is going out of hand. And I want you to understand that before the end of this year, I can tell you that it is a 90% tendency that fundings are going to come. Because if it doesn't happen, the entire world system will collapse. Hyperinflation will come in. And if hyperinflation comes in, then the crash of the dollar comes in. And then every financial system becomes rubbish, becomes worthless. And once that happens, well, the fate of humanity is doomed. You should also know that Kim is on top of her game. She's seen everything and she knows everything. She has selected assembly members to redistribute the wealth because the condition she has given the government is on a 50-50 level. As I give 50%, as I give equally, or as I give some reasonable percentage to my assembly members, I also give in equal proportion to the government. And that the condition is that the government should use the money for judicious expense, not expenses that are promoting their evil agenda. But the truth is that you cannot change the devil. The devil cannot repent of being an evil individual or evil being. He has always been an evil being and will continue to be an evil being. And these individuals who are the government have sold out their hearts to these devils. So it's very, very likely that they are not going to submit to the proposal that Kim is giving. Are you seeing what's happening in China? Are you seeing what's going on in the United States? Now, if this continues for another 1 more month, well, I doubt if the entire system, global system that the elite has set up will still stand. It's very likely that it will fall off. But on the side of life force assemblies, now the national coordinator is asking me to tell everyone that you guys should come together. He wants to have what you call a very, very close relationship with everybody that are in life force. Now, I would have loved to show the assembly page, but my assembly page will only show those that are in Federal Capital Territory. Now, there are other people that are in other states. The national coordinator wants to have a very close relationship with them in the sense that if you are a presiding officer, you need to get your assembly teams together and then schedule an appointment with the national coordinator. He wants to educate everybody because he knows very well that if they are not properly informed and fundings come, there is every tendency that they will mismanage the fundings. If they are not properly enlightened, if they have not gone through the orientation classes and had full understanding, taking the necessary exams that they should take, and then get full understanding about it, there is every tendency that they will flip-flop. There is every tendency that they will make mistakes. In fact, it will take them unawares. So we have 36 states in Nigeria, and we know that for these 36 states, there are presiding officers that are going to be in charge. So if you are listening to me, please, and you are a presiding officer, you are a secretary, whatever you are, or you belong to a particular assembly and you have an understanding of who your presiding officer is, you guys should come together and reach out to me. My phone numbers are below the links in this video. Reach out to me, and then you have to agree on how we are going to invite the national coordinator so that you guys can get properly informed. Now, it's not a one-time thing. It's going to be an ongoing section, but it's actually up to you because this particular individual is a very busy person. He's so busy that he hardly even has time for himself. So if you are going to have these meetings, please bear in mind that you will pay him for your time. You are going to pay him for the time he's spending with you guys. Of course, it's just reasonable. There is no way that he will come in for a meeting and then after the meeting, all you can say is thank you. It doesn't work like that. So please put this in proper perspective, okay? I also had a talk with him, and as regards the amount he's collecting, he told me that he takes about $100 for 30 minutes. Now, I made him understand that that's actually on the high side, and that my people in Nigeria are not, they may not have what it takes to go about it for $100 for 30 minutes. Now, $100 is about 51,000 naira from our own expense or our own naira currency. So after everything, we negotiated and then we came to a conclusion that he would take $100 for our 2-hour section, which is the normal section that the administration has with us. $100 for 2-hour section, which is a section that after it's done, then everybody who took part in that particular meeting would have gone home with something. Please do not forget to record every videos that you have with the national coordinator so that those who will not be available can get the video and then everybody can learn. It's at the point, we have come to the point we need to replicate knowledge and we have to do that fast. The administration said that time is no more on our side and we should get ourselves organized and replicate knowledge as fast as possible because Kim is going to act swiftly. Tank is going to act swiftly. I mean, everybody that are in life force who are in charge of saving the world system, they are going to act so fast that if we're not prepared for them, they will take us unawares. So if you are from Port Harcourt, if you are from Lagos State, if you are from Federal Capital Territory, if you are from Kogi State, whichever of the states you are, and you are listening to me, and you guys want to get an understanding about what's going on, fine. You guys should reach out to me, and then I can make arrangements to invite Ademola at your own time, okay? He wants to use this period between now and the end of this month to educate TBC Nigerians so that they'll be aware of what is coming. Now, it does not negate the orientation classes. The orientation classes is fundamental principle number one. So you have to all go through the orientation class because he cannot explain everything at a 2-hour section. Okay, and as usual, that 2-hour section is a 1-hour monologue where you listen to him, and the other 1 hour is for you guys to ask all the questions and he will answer you. I hope we understand what I mean, and I hope we act accordingly. If we decide to fold your hands and do nothing, listen, Life Force Assembly may exist on its own, okay? If fundings come in, the national coordinators can decide to employ staff and then they start executing their projects. And trust me, they have what you call expertise, they have intelligence to get it done. So it's actually us that should put this in proper understanding and align ourselves with them so that we can help them because there is going to be so much load that will be coming. We are going to help them like a shock absorber so that whatever shock that comes, the Kringle Society will absorb the shock and then life will become easy for everybody. So please, I am giving this word out to everyone that cares, that wants to come in for orientation. The conditions is you have to be active. You must have downloaded the food subsidy app and then you show me your account section. Let me repeat it again. This is the first page that you sent to me. Now a screenshot, and then the second page you sent to me is the core team. Now on the core team section, you send me, let it finish loading. That particular page that, hold on, let it finish loading. Yes, this particular page. You have to send this particular page to me. And then as soon as you've done so, there is every evidence that the information here must correspond with the previous page I opened. And then with that, we know that, yes, you are active in the community. And then we invite you for the orientation camp. Please do your part. Let's build Nigeria. Let's make Nigeria a better place. I think I'll stop at this point. Thank you. All right. I didn't even know that some people were watching my video. So let me stop sharing my screen. And someone is talking. Good morning and thanks for the good works. Yeah, my brother Ainde. Yeah, my brother was in our mass adoption meeting. Greetings, my brother. It's a pleasure having you. And wow, I'm so elated this morning. My architect, that's how I refer to him, my architect. He's actually here. Now that actually means he wants Nigeria to succeed. In fact, during our early days, sometime 2-3 years ago, he was telling me that if he had his way, that he was going to change the entire system, that the hardship is too much, and that the governments are doing nothing. Instead, they are just siphoning the money and they are living large. That he hopes someday God can put him in a position where he can change the world for good. And that's what is. Can you please go outside? Sorry about that. All right. So he said he wished he can be in a position where he can change the world for good. And you see, God hears the heart of everyone. And at some point, God put him in a position where he will change the world. I can tell you that nobody in Africa will lift up their heads to set up any assembly without his approval. That's because God listens to your heart. Now, what are the things you are thinking? Are you thinking positive or negative? Listen, whatever you think, it's an energy you are creating. And if you believe in it long enough, it will manifest. I can tell you the truth. I am not lying. So thank you very much, my architect, for being in my broadcast. It's a pleasure. I am very grateful. And good morning, architect. Thanks for being there for us. God bless you. Really good. You know, I'm very happy. I'm very happy because he wants Nigeria to succeed. Let's put hands together and make it happen. Whatever state you are, even though you're not a presiding officer, I am always available to reach out to so that we can build things. The orientation class is going on and a number of people are in. Please understand something, that by the time we have filled out the regional level and state level, it will be impossible for the people in those positions to be replaced. Even though you have a better qualification than them, timing matters the most. So you have to make sure you are ready and you have to make sure you align yourself as soon as possible. Please, there is so much things that you are going to get to know about, and I will leave that to my architect to explain. But I would stop at this point so that we can go into other activities. Do well to like my video if you haven't yet liked this video. Do well to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel. We can build Nigeria. Forget about the fact that the existing government is corrupt. That was how the elite wants it. We can have a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Kim refers to it as idioism. Let's make this world a better place. All right, for those of us who watched and who are watching and who have made some contributions, and those who are also keeping silent and not making any contribution, I think it's okay. But I am going to come your way some other time. I'll be looking forward to get your feedback, Nigerians. Cheers, thank you, and God bless you. My architects, you are the best. God bless you too. Brother Ainde, you are the best. God bless you all. Cheers, and till I come your way again. Bye for now.